I read the news so that you don't have to. It's time to talk about El Mencho. So if you hadn't heard, Mexico just unalived one of their most powerful and violent drug lords in the world. And within hours, 70 more people were unalived, 20 states were on fire, and experts were warning this may make things worse. So the question is, did Mexico win this war, or did they just press pause on a bloodbath? So the article's entitled Mexico, El Mencho and the Perilous Kingpin Strategy, and we're going to go straight into it. So back in 2010, when the Mexican military killed a Sinaloa cartel leader in Guadalajara, it triggered a brutal reshuffling of power. Out of the chaos emerged a quiet, ruthless operator. His name, Nemesio Oseguera Cervantes, better known as El Mencho. So he built the Jalisco New Generation Cartel, CJNG. It was one of the biggest fentanyl suppliers in the US, and it was a cartel that operated in almost all of the 32 states in Mexico. And many people described the group as an innovator in violence. We're talking explosive drones, landmines, assassination attempts on senior officials. There was even a brazen attack in 2020 on the Mexican city's police chief. Here's the thing, unlike the flashy narcos of the past, El Mencho stayed invisible. There are very few photos of him. There's few public appearances. In fact, the Mexican media called him the ghost, but his impact was very real. Last Sunday, the Mexican forces, reportedly using US intelligence, tracked down El Mencho into a romantic cabin in Jalisco, and he died after the ambush. The president of Mexico, Claudia Sheinbaum, claims victory. Obviously, President Donald Trump also quickly took credit for everything that had happened. So this is called the kingpin strategy, and Mexico have been using this for 20 years. What they do is they take out the boss and they attempt to weaken the cartel. What usually happens, power vacuum, internal rivalry, fragmentation, turf wars, and unfortunately civilian bloodshed. And this has happened before with Ismael Zambada Garcia, known as El Mayo. When he was captured in 2024, Sinaloa exploded into factional war, resulting in thousands either unalived or missing. And so experts are warning that this could inflame Mexico for months or even years. So 3 likely successors to El Mencho have been named. El Tres, who is his stepson and controls the majority of the territory. El Jardinero, who controls the meth labs and the trafficking routes. And then there's El Sapo, who's known for violent recruitment and has been described by one security consultant as a psychopath. If they unite, maybe the CJNG survives, but if they split, then Mexico could see a war similar to Sinaloa's, but nationwide. Mexico's president was under pressure from the US to do something, and she has now acted. But the problem is we've seen this kingpin cycle before. They kill the kingpin, the chaos, there's a new boss, and then we repeat. El Mencho is dead, but the cartel isn't. And in 5 years, we may be here again. Different names, same story, more graves.